He specializes in delivering advanced security solutions that protect cloud environments and leverage AI technologies to safeguard organizations against evolving cyber threats. Topic: Building a secure digital future, AI at the intersection of academia and industry. Put your hands together and welcome Mr. Asad Suhail, everybody. Can we have a round of applause, everyone?
Thank you. Mic check. I hope I am audible to everyone. Voice is a bit low. A little louder. Hello. All right. Perfect. Good morning. Good afternoon. Awesome. Okay, so let me quickly start with my brief introduction. I am Asad Suhail. I am a part of Palo Alto Networks from last 5 years. I have this privilege working with Palo Alto Networks, and trust me, not even a single day felt repetitive for me. Every day is so exciting, so challenging that you want to learn new things. Now, with AI coming into picture, things are changing even faster. Now, the question is, how are we going to make sure that in this fast-changing world, are we going to build the secure digital future for our students? So, today we're going to discuss about how to build a secure digital future with AI at the intersection of academia and industry. But before we start, let me quickly check how many of you are familiar with Palo Alto Networks. Very few hands. Okay. So let me first start with Palo Alto Networks. So Palo Alto Networks is a cybersecurity company. It was founded in 2005 as a firewall company. Gradually, it becomes a comprehensive cybersecurity solution company. In 2017, the overall revenue for this organization was somewhere around $18 billion. Today, the overall revenue for this organization is $130 billion, so which is a fantastic growth in over 7 or 8 years. Said that, looking at the overall journey of Palo Alto Networks, Palo Alto Networks is also a leading player in cybersecurity. Out of 100 Fortune customers, 95 customers relying on Palo Alto Networks. There are over 85,000 customer base that we have globally in 150 plus countries. The overall number of the product lines that we have at the moment is around 30 plus different products that we are offering to our customers, providing their different needs into different solutions. These are some products that I have listed here. Now you must see that how many products are there which are catering all different requirements of a customer, be it AI automation, XDR, firewalls, Prisma Access. Prisma 𝐴𝐻 is one of the new acquisitions that we have, Prisma 𝐴𝐻. It's a runtime security, AI runtime security to protect the AI. Even AI is not safe, right? The latest acquisition that we have is CyberArk, which is one of the most expensive acquisition of $225 billion. Said that, if you see the entire journey of Palo Alto Networks, it's been remarkable. Now let's talk about, we will focus on the overall India's digital journey, how things have been so far. So if you look at platforms like UPI, Aadhaar, and ONDC, all these platforms have been inspiring. You see, we are not just innovating, we are innovating at scale. With that, a bigger question comes in picture, that who will protect it all? If we talk about the number of cyber attacks that has happened in just last year, it was around 20,000 cyber attacks, which resulted in the loss of around 23,000 crores of revenue in total. If we talk about from the overall world perspective, the number is $9.5 trillion. Just to give you a perspective, if cybercrime would have been a country, this would have been the third largest economy, $9.5 trillion, which is expected to grow next year by $10.5 trillion. Isn't it the great number that we are looking at? With that, I also see a great opportunity for us to make an impact. How things are evolving. With AI, all those cyber attacks are becoming faster, smarter, and harder to detect. Every time we blink in India, there is a cyber attack which is happening somewhere. Now, in India alone, according to the World Economic Forum, it's not that we do not have talent within India, but last year in 2024 alone, there were 40,000 jobs that went unfilled. Why? Because it's not the talent that we lack, it's the job-ready talent that we are lacking at the moment. Our students knows what is phishing, what is malware, but when there is a ransomware attack happens on a hospital, they don't know how to respond to that. In 2024, there was a major hospital in Delhi which faced a ransomware attack, and their patient care system went offline for several days. That means lives are literally put at risk. It's not because of lack of technology, but because lack of trained professionals that we have. We must start preparing our students for AI, how they want to build a secure digital future. If I talk about in 2023, there was a bank in Hong Kong, which there was a finance executive in Hong Kong which got tricked over a Zoom call, and he turned into transferring $25 million. Everyone on that Zoom call was a deep fake, including his boss. This is how AI is evolving. It's not just AI is using, defenders are using the AI, it's the criminals as well using AI to do all those different cyber attacks. The phishing attacks that are happening these days, they are so convincing, even a trained professional can sometimes click on it. How are we going to secure and train our students for that? How are we going to prepare them so that they don't fall into for that trap? Instead, they are delivery ready, they are ready to tackle all these different cyber attacks. If you look at the malware generation, it's so easy now. Even a kid can generate a malware, they can execute it, they can hack it. I think one of the speakers yesterday talked about it, that how a college graduate just hacked the university just like that. So people are upskilling themselves using AI, and so the cyber criminals. Their infrastructure is getting stronger and stronger. The passwords, and then it's not just the AI, it's the quantum computing as well, which is coming into picture, which is making the overall computing so fast that now hacking or breaking a password, it's no more difficult. If you are keeping your password of 8 characters with different criteria which is being explained, generally it takes like a year or a year and a half if you go with a regular method or try to do the brute force attack. But with quantum computing, in several seconds you would be able to hack that password. So we need to come up with some better strategies, better standards, the way we are delivering things. On different vulnerabilities, earlier, so let me just give you a brief difference between a malware and an exploit. So malwares are code which are being created from the scratch to do specific things on the target machine. However, exploits is something which is that actually finding vulnerabilities within the software. So if you are able to find an exploit, which is a really difficult thing, finding a vulnerability in the existing product where there is a dedicated team who have been doing regular testing on daily basis, finding a vulnerability into such software is difficult, but the moment that happens, supply chain attacks takes place. You might remember the Log4j. Why? It was a vulnerability. Hackers were able to identify vulnerabilities on the Oracle database, and they exploited. Huge number of organizations were impacted. With AI, finding those vulnerabilities on the machines is very easy. People who have been doing the vulnerability assessment manually, now it can be done in a couple of hours. But with that, it's a modern problem. In a modern day, it's a modern problem, and it also needs a modern solution. What's the solution? Solution is platformization. Now you might have seen there is a series of products which are available with Palo Alto Networks. But if we are using every single product is actually delivering a specific purpose. But if we continue to use all those different products in silos, we will always have those blind spots. Answer is platformization. We need to bring all those different products onto one platform, making sure that we are removing all those blind spots. And then this is where the power of AI comes into picture. When you have the data from all different sources, you will be able to create a baseline of a malicious behavior. So, for an example, logging into a machine is a normal activity. I can log into my machine, anyone can log into their machine if you are using the right credentials like username and password. It's a simple thing, right? Now, if I just look at this activity, I feel like this is fine, nothing is malicious. If I started looking at the bigger picture, that a user who used to log into their machine 9 a.m. in the morning, log out 5 p.m. in the evening, and this time the login happens at 3 a.m. Now, this is something which is different, right? You might question that why a user who used to work from office, generally logging on their machines on 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., why this user is logging into his machine at 3 a.m. Maybe in some way you can justify it. Maybe there was a specific thing that the user went to office, do something, just fine. But even then, if you start correlating that data with other different available existing products, so maybe for example firewall, we know the source of that IP, where exactly this user has been logging to this machine. And if it turns out Russia, that the user is from Russia, the actual location of that user is Russia, this will definitely raise an alarm. There is no way possible a user who just log out 5 p.m. in the evening, now that same user is logging from Russia in 3 a.m. Right? What we need to do there is, it's a bigger picture. We will get the bigger picture when we will start correlating the data. Data stitching starts happening, right? And this is where we will be able to obtain the power of AI. Now, we have just witnessed at how hackers and attackers are using AI. Let's take a look at how defenders are using AI. Now, in most of the organizations, the way we are using AI, it's the predictive analysis. We need to stop the attacks even before they happen. This is where most of the products that we are delivering at the moment, they all have that predictive analysis. Even before executing a file, our system knows that whether this is a malicious file or it's a okay file. This is a legitimate file, right? Even if at any point of time, the predictive AI just predict and let you know that this is a malicious file. Then we send that file, execute it or detonate it into the virtual environment, and then find out in the virtual environment there are different operating systems. We detonate those files with different operating systems and see that how that file is behaving. If that file is fine, then it allows the execution of those files. If it's not, then it's blocked immediately. Besides that, it's also continuously, all these solutions continuously monitor any execution that happens in the environment. It continues to monitor the behavior of those files until they are not terminated. So it's not at the time of execution, it's pre-execution, it's post-execution, until they are not terminated, until the session is existing in the environment. And all this happens because of AI. Automated incident response. Automated incident response. With AI and all these different, when it comes to scale environment, the number of alerts and incidents are in hundreds and thousands and 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. how is it possible for a human being to manage those many alerts, those many incidents in the environment? Let's say even if you are able to manage with a lot of human resources, there is a high chance that you gonna miss the true positive. You continue to work on the false positive. How we gonna eliminate all those false positives? This is where the automated incident response comes into picture, because we know at the end of the day that how to deal with those instances. Whenever there is an incident trigger, what are the different steps that we need to take? Now let's look at, there are different ways where that defenders are using AI, but what are the ways where our students can use cybersecurity products, how they can leverage those products? There are three key main things that we need to do. One is internship with industry, and I was super happy yesterday when I saw that virtual internship program, that such things are happening, and this is the need of the hour. Our students don't need the internships after they complete their graduations, they need the internships while they are doing their graduations. They don't just need to know what is phishing, what is malware, what are other attacks. They also need to know that how to defend the attacks when they are actually happening or executing in the environment. How what are the different devices that exist in the cybersecurity industry. People don't know. When they hear that HIPS is something, they just got surprised, okay, what is that? They know when they hear firewall, network security, perimeter security, cloud security, IoT security, there are so many things, so many products that are in the picture. They just only come to know about those products when they actually step into the industry. However, things are changing. As someone said yesterday, that we really need to, whatever we have done, we really need to forget that. We need to do the unlearn, all those stuff. And then we need to relearn. You might have heard that theory of evolution, the survival of fittest. Now the definition is changed. In the era of AI, it's a survival of quickest. People who are able to adapt quickly, they are the one who will going to stay ahead in the game. Besides that, the moment one student completes their internship, it's that one student career which is that guy is building for himself. The moment faculties are upskilling themselves, they are the one who will inspire hundreds of students. We also need to, the sort of importance that we have given to the internship of our students, it's really important, it's equally important for the faculty as well, to upskill themselves and then start teaching the students how to grow their career. And last but not the least, curriculum co-design. Whatever we are learning in our college, it's fine, it's important. Let's say I'm just learning about our TCP protocol. Just knowing the TCP protocol is not enough. I really need to sit and find out with Wireshark how many headers are there, how exactly it's interacting, how exactly it's building a session with other systems. Until or unless we are not doing that, somewhere students lose that interest that, okay, so I have read everything in theory, I don't know what's the relevant going forward for this, and how much and for how long I'm going to retain the information that I have just gained. Until or unless they are not practicing it in their real life. Said that, there are certain courses that Palo Alto have taken the initiative. So these are within these initiatives in faculty upskilling, the Palo Alto that introduces the courses, it's the LEAD program, where it upskilling the faculty. For the internship, there is a LEAD program, and for faculty upskilling, it's the Secure program. These are different courses which Palo Alto offers. These are categorized in two categories. One is the introductory courses, so that it's not overwhelming for the students the moment they start learning. And then we talk about 30 different products. All these 30 different products have been platformized into 3 different big umbrellas. One is the network security, cloud security, and security operations. And then under these, it's a very big umbrella, it's a huge umbrella. There are many other different products that they're gonna get the introductory courses for that. And what are these different products? What exactly they are doing? And then the good thing about these courses is that they are aligned to NIST and NICE. The benefit of that is that these are because they are aligned to that framework. That means they are not Palo Alto specific, but they are industry specific. What they are learning is going to be relevant for any cybersecurity organization. Then we have the advanced courses, and for advanced courses there are certifications that I highly recommend to all the students that even before they complete their graduation, it's important for them that they also have a certification into different, they should have that clarity that where exactly they want to go. When we start our graduations, we have so many things, so many subjects for us to be. Somewhere we just miss the clarity, we lack that clarity that where exactly, so okay, it's electronic and communication, but electronic and communication itself is very vast. What are the different things, what are the different domains and verticals where a student can go? It's important that they should start having that sort of clarity. This is for the faculty upskilling program. If faculty want to upskill themselves, they can enroll themselves for this program into a secured program that Palo Alto have initiated. They will get this welcome email, and then they can complete their self-paced learning and the begins teaching. If you are the academic partner with Palo Alto Networks, you will get the curriculum which is being created by Palo Alto. The faculty training will be there, and these are all free access, and the virtual firewalls as well. Recently, we have also configured the virtual lab with one of the college in Greater Noida, where we have actually provided the students with the access of those firewalls, how they are interacting with the networks, how they are securing the network. And as I said, there are discounts as well on the certifications, which is really important. The presence of these programs, this academic program, is in 107 countries, 200 plus high schools, 3,600 plus academies, and the impact of it is 1 million students are engaged, which are in the direction, but they are heading towards building a secure digital future. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Vivek Rajan, Director of 𝐸dusKills, to